Say your name. What's your name?
My name's Kyle.
Today marks 4 months that 5-year-old Kyle Doan was ripped from his mother's arms when floodwaters pushed their car into a creek in San Miguel on January 9th. Kyle's parents, Lindsy and Brian Doan, now say Governor Gavin Newsom lied at a press conference last week when I asked him for an update on the search for Kyle. So 2 questions, Mr. Governor. 1, is your office currently doing anything right now to support the search and rescue of Kyle's body, or the recovery, I should say, of Kyle's body? And 2, have you personally been able to speak with Kyle's parents, Lindsy and Brian Doan?
I couldn't have been more proud of CAL FIRE, the National Guard, the CHP that worked that joint operation. It was a locally led effort. And when we were requested to no longer participate in it, we abided by that.
Newsom never directly answers my questions.
I don't have an update here for you at this moment, but I'm happy to make sure my team is standing right to your right, provides that.
Kyle's mom says to this day Newsom still has not spoken with them, even after she wrote him a letter begging for help to find her son in February. She says any communication from his office has only been through his reps.
I'm really bothered by the fact that he lied that he was here, because he was never here.
Kyle's dad, Brian, says Newsom held a press conference days after Kyle went missing where he said,
"We won't give up until we find Kyle."
But Kyle's dad says Newsom hasn't kept his word about his son being a priority and that the governor wasn't truthful when he said he had visited. Kyle's dad says Newsom was actually in Santa Cruz, over 100 miles away from the San Marcos Creek, when he spoke in January.
You're contradicting yourself, Governor. You claimed that he was a priority for you, but you have nothing new.
The San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Department says they weren't the ones who asked the governor to back off the search, and nobody I've spoken with at the governor's office will go on record to clarify Newsom's statement. The department's Tony Coppola says search efforts for Kyle will continue once the water recedes.
The problem is the water levels are still too high.
Kyle's parents say the water has gone down, but the Sheriff's Department has no sense of urgency to find Kyle. Coppola says the Sheriff's Department is planning a large-scale search, but couldn't give me or Kyle's parents a date on when they would go back out.
Anytime you try to dig in those areas where we want to search, it's too soupy.
I requested an interview with San Luis Obispo County Sheriff Ian Parkinson, but Coppola said the sheriff declined to speak with me. Kyle's parents started a petition last week pleading with the Sheriff's Department to do its job.
It's gone from us. We still see his toys are still down here on his shelf.
Kyle's dad says he clears the weeds growing around his son's toys because there's no closure and he just doesn't know how to move forward. Kyle's mom says she's preserving her baby boy's artwork.
I don't think I'm going to get another piece of art from him and so forth.
Lindsy and Brian say they've had to fund their own private searches through a GoFundMe account and silent auctions because they can't get the help they need. Kyle's mom says it's urgent to find their son before summer because she fears the heat will speed up decomposition and hinder search efforts. Kyle's parents say all they want to do is bring Kyle home. For KFI News, I'm Kris Adler.